Hey guys, so today I just wanted to make a video about, kind of what it means to be transgender. Because I think it's something that a lot of people don't really understand even the concept of it. Um, but first thing I want to talk about is the difference between sexual orientation and gender identity. Um, Sexual orientation is who you like, who you are attracted to. So, like for me, I'm attracted to women, which makes my sexual orientation straight. If I was attracted to men, I'd be gay. If I was attracted to both, I'd be bi. You know what I mean? So that's what sexual orientation is. That is you, whoever you are attracted to. It can be everybody. It can be nobody. It can be anything you feel comfortable with. I mean, you could be a pansexual person who's only attracted to people who are also pansexual, but it doesn't matter, if they are a girl, a boy, a trans girl, a trans boy, non-binary, asexual, whatever. You know what I mean? And honestly, like, you don't even need to put a label on that, because, like, running queer space, I've had a lot of people, I've read a lot of people ask questions about like being unsure of their sexual orientation. It's like, okay, you're young, and even if you're not young, still it's okay. Like, you don't have to know who you are, and it's okay to not put a label on it. It's okay to just feel comfortable just doing you, and if you begin to love a person, then you love them, and you don't have to put a label on that. And then we flip over to the other side where we have gender identity. And gender identity is how you personally identify yourself. So, like, for me, I identify as male. But, like, I have friends who are non-binary. I have friends who are asexual, which kind of asexual is not a gender identity. Asexual is a sexual orientation. But I have friends who are that. I have friends who are pansexual, which is also a sexual orientation. And then I have a lot of friends who are straight and cisgender. And just brief little educational piece there. What it means to be cisgender means you were born a female, you identify as female, you were born a male, you identify as male. That's what cis means. Basically, not transgender. Whereas transgender is an umbrella term for anything that's not cis. So if you were born female but you identify as non-binary, you fall under the transgender category. And I think that's confusing to a lot of people, because when you think of transgender people, you usually think about female to male or male to female. And that is just, that's when your gender identity falls with the opposite of what you were born as. And gender is a spectrum. Like, you got male over here, female over here. You could be born over here, but then identify like here. You can be identify as female 80% of the time and male 20% of the time, and that's okay. However you're comfortable. That's just what you need to do, is just be comfortable and be who you are, and you don't have to put a label on it either. Because, like, so many people are like, I don't know what I am, I don't know what I am, I don't know what I am, I feel this way, but I don't really know. And it's like, it's okay not to know. You don't have to know. You don't have to label yourself. Like, for me, yeah, I'm a trans guy, but I don't like that label. So I don't label myself as a trans guy. I'm just a guy. That's why in the bio on Queerspace, it does not have trans next to my name. I just don't like that label. I'm just me, and there's a lot of confusion about that. And the reason I made this video is because I was just talking to this girl who, her parents didn't understand the difference between sexual orientation and gender identity, obviously. And we were talking about it, and then I had another person who was female to male transgender who messaged me, and his parents were the same way, and he tried to come out as trans, and they just shoved it under the rug, basically. So that's why I'm making this video, just because I want to educate people, and I also know that I've had the same experience where myself, where my dad has called my gender identity, me being female to male transgender, my dad has referred to that as my sexual orientation. It's like, no, Dad, that's not the same thing. Um, and then another thing is like, life goes faster than you think it does. It really does. Like, I turned 19 in fucking 21 days. 3 weeks from today, I turned 19. Um, my last year of being a teenager. I'm in college. I live on my own. I have 2 jobs right now. Um, I buy my own groceries and I pay for my own gas and I feed myself and I take myself where I need to be and I wake myself up in the morning, and like, looking back, it feels like I walked into my first day of high school just yesterday. It goes by so much faster than you think it does, and like, life really does go by fast. And if you're stuck right now and you're 16, 14, 12, like, I discovered who I was at 13, so I've known for 6 years who I am, and I am finally to that point where I'm finally here, finally about to transition, and like, I have my paper sitting right in front of me, my letter to my doctor just saying that I'm mentally stable and I am sane and that this is how it is. And I start testosterone the day after I turn 19, and I'm so incredibly excited about it. And honestly, like, waiting for the past like few months for testosterone has been the longest wait of my life, and I've been waiting for this for 6 years because those 6 years went by so fast. I was in 8th grade when I found out. I got bullied bad. High school was the worst 4 years of my life, and it went by so fast. As long as you just sit down, get your shit done. If you got homework, just do it. You got an assignment coming up, just do it. Just focus on school. Once you get out of high school, your life is gonna change. I promise you. I promise that. Once you get out of your parents' house, your life is gonna change. Like, I moved out the day that I graduated high school, and I moved in with my best friend. And my life changed a lot. And now, over the summer, I had a lot of bad things happen to me, including the worst thing that I've ever been through. And on June 27th, my best friend, who is also my cousin, he took his own life, and it's already been over 5 months, and that still feels like yesterday. Like, it's gonna go by a lot faster than you think it is. Like, you know how you start the summer, and then like 2 days later, school starts. You know what I mean? That's how you need to make your school year too. Like, I know school sucks, but like, it's December. We're already like I have finals next week, and we're already here, and it's just keep going. Just keep going. If you're transgender, being you, if you can't be you right now because your parents or your school or what have you, you will be able to be you. And I know it sucks having to live 2 lives where, like, you can go on Instagram or Twitter or Snapchat and you can be you. You can be that guy, or you can be that girl, or that non-binary person, or the lesbian, or the bisexual, or the gay, or pansexual. You can be whoever you are. But then, you have to go into school. Like, for the first 3 years of me knowing who I was, I had to live as a female. I had to live as a female, go by my dead name, and like, the school knew about it and they never did anything. But then, like, I was able to switch schools, and my school changed everything, and I didn't have to live as a female anymore at school, but I still had to at home. Like, I can go home today and I'll get called a girl, and my parents have known for 5 years, and I'll still get called a girl. My dad still calls me his daughter. And that's really hard. It honestly really is. And I know, I've been there, I've been through it, and I know how it feels to have to live two lives where you get to be yourself in one place, but then in another place you have to be who they think you are because they don't accept you for who you really are. But then as time goes on, those people who love you will accept you. I mean, it's been 5 years, and when my mom first found out, she locked me out of the house yelling at me for an hour. And the only thing that I can remember from that conversation, the only thing I can remember was, you know, this goes against everything we believe, right? That's the only thing I can remember from what my mom had to say to me. That's what stuck out to me. Because to me, I don't think being transgender or being gay is really a sin. I really don't. And I can make another video going into that. I got like 12 religious books sitting on my bookshelf over there. Out of like 20, 12 of them are religious. So I know where I'm coming from on that, and I don't believe it's wrong. But that's the one thing that stands out to me from what my mom had to say. But like now, my mom, like, I'll be around my friends, or if I have a girlfriend, which right now I don't, but if I do, and I'm around them and around my mom will call me Kyle, and my mom will say he, and it's baby steps, you know. With your parents, it's baby steps because it's something that they got to go through. It's a process, and as much as it's a process for you, it's a process for them too. And if they're stuck in the mud, closed-minded people, it's gonna take a long time, and it's gonna hurt, but you gotta do what you gotta do, you know. I mean, it got to the point where I was ready to disown my parents because they wouldn't treat me like their son, and it's hard, and I'm sorry for getting emotional, but I understand. I do. You're not alone. And the people who love you are the ones who matter. And I'm going to end the video by saying this. Blood doesn't always mean family. And family doesn't always mean blood. You can't ever replace your mom or your dad or your siblings. Not really. But just hold on to the people who love you unconditionally for who you are. And that's how you're going to be happy in life.